ringside. Infinity ring, I mean. Why did I say ringside? Because I go to boxing ringside. Okay. So, I'm showing you it on pictures if you saw. I don't think you saw it because whatever. So, it's called Infinity Ring. I'm going to do book one. So, it's book one, A Mutant in Time. Let's get started. Okay. So, Prology Daxmus sat on his favorite branch of his favorite tree, right next to his favorite friend, Sarah Frost. Not a bad way to spend a Saturday afternoon, he thought. Beyond the safety of a tree, the tree, there was plenty to worry about. The world was falling apart, and the people in charge of things didn't seem to care. But Dad decided not to let little stuff like that bother him now. Sarah apparently agreed. Feels good up here, she said. Doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. Makes me kind of sad I wouldn't born a monkey. Then I could live in one of these things. Sarah laughed. You got the personality of a monkey and the smell. That's 2/3 of the way there, at least. Dax said, and as if she'd just paid him a tremendous... Thanks, Dax said, as if she just paid him a tremendous compliment. Whispers about the square. With all the mental static, it was a wonder Dak and Sarah managed to get anything done. Fortunately, they were both geniuses, although in a very different way. You excited for the field trip this week? Sarah asked. Dak looked over at her, slightly suspicious. Their class was going to a museum full of history, which she loved, and not a whole lot of science, which was her passion. But the question seemed genius. Remember my last birthday, he asked. In return, when I got that replica of Thomas Jefferson Ascot, how could I forget? You came screaming down the street like a girl who just found a bucket full of candy. Dad nodded, relishing the memory. Well, I'm even more excited about the trip. Gotcha. That's pretty excited. They sat in silence for a while. That's pretty excited. Excited! I'm talking weird. They sat in silence for a while. Dak enjoyed the breeze and the sounds of nature and the break from the rest of life. Gradually, though, he realized that Sarah seemed far less relaxed. And I'm telling you, I'm reading chapter by chapter. There was an unmistakable tension in her shoulders that had nothing to do with tree climbing. He followed her gaze across the yard to his front porch, where his parents had recently put up a new flag, small flagpole affixed to the side of the house. It was usually used for seasonal displays, holiday flags in the winter. The 48th stared U.S. flag in the long summer months. Now, for the first time, Dak's parents had put up the stark white flag with a black symbol in its center. The symbol was a circle broken by a curve and a thunderbolt. The insignia of the square. Don't tell me your parents buy into all that, Sarah said, her voice solemn. I don't think so. They said it's easier this way. They're less likely to be bothered if they just put up the flag. They're less likely to be bothered if they just put up the flag, the square. They make me sick, Sarah said. Dak had never heard such fierceness in her voice. Someone has got to stand up to them eventually, or someday it's going to be too late. Dak listened to her as he stared out into the woods beyond his house. All that green, all those animals, there were parts of the world where these kinds of places had disappeared entirely. He'd read enough history to know that where the square went, trouble followed. He suddenly felt his own little burst of determination. Maybe it'll be us who stand up, he said. You never know. Yeah, she answered absently. There's an old saying, Dak told her. The times, they are changing. Ooh, I like that. Maybe that'll be our motto. Wait, I want to read that again. So there's an old saying, Dak told her, that times they are changing. Ooh, I like that one. That's crazier. Maybe that'll be our motto. Maybe we'll change all the time someday. Every problem has a solution, right? And our big brains have got to be good for something. What do you say? She looked at him and stuck out her hand. He shook it hard. And our big brain have got to be good for something. What do you say? She looked over at him and stuck out her hand. He shook it hard. Somewhere nearby, a bird chirped excitedly. So that's chapter 1. Chapter 1. Well, that's it for today, guys. Bye-bye.